Yeah.
I was going to talk about that actually, you know, the way like Dan and Phil are doing the Radio 1 thing now.
Big.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, but that's I think they've gone like a natural way there because they've ended up there, but they didn't start wanting any of that because it didn't exist.
Yeah.
It was just weird people filming themselves back then. So the fact that it's turned into Radio 1 stuff is so extremely weird. But because that's happened to them, there are like some newer YouTubers that are going to start probably thinking like that. But
yeah, thinking that they're going to get that just because.
Yeah. So there's a mix of reasons why people do it, but back then it used to be just crazy people, I think.
Yeah.
Bored.
If you got the chance to like do Radio 1, would you do it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been a lot of opportunities that have come up that I've just gone fantastic. Like I was in a sketch show pilot, so I kind of already started like a comedy career just from YouTube. And instead of going like the old school way of like going to comedy clubs for years and years and years, I've gone like this kind of shortcut.
Yeah.
So it's kind of So I probably won't do radio because I'm not that interested in radio. But there's been so many great comedy opportunities I've had, and I've just been like, wow. This is amazing.
I saw you on that. Is it Cuckoo the other
Cuckoo,
day?
yeah. That was intense because like Andy Samberg from Lonely Island is on that, and weirdly, I got there because of my YouTube videos, and they just saw that and go, yeah, we'll have him, and that's how Andy Samberg started with Lonely Island. They were like YouTubers, way even before me. So it's kind of weird how it's turned into almost like a new way of auditioning as well, because everyone can see all the stuff that you've done. So that's interesting.
Did you get to speak to Andy Samberg?
Yeah. So he's nice.
Yeah.
It was interesting just talking to someone who was so big in America, because over here he's not actually that well known outside of like YouTubers and internet people. Yeah. So.
See, I don't really know him from like anything but films. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's weird. Like people all used to know him from like the Lonely Island thing, but I never like really.
Yeah. Well, he's a big star on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Which we just don't get over here in any form, so.
It's so hard to get. I've only ever watched one episode.
Yeah. No, it's out there.
I thought I had made it up.
Sorry. Oh. It's been taken.
I always think I make things up there and then I just don't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, totally. That's the horrible thing about coming up with ideas, isn't it? That everything's out there somewhere. Yeah. So you think you've got a new idea and then instantly someone will tell you it's not.
You know the film Warm Bodies?
Oh, with
the zombie one.
Yeah, no, I know about it. Yeah.
I feel like I came up with that idea.
Yeah, I've had a few of those.
But I feel like mine was better.
Oh yeah, that's always the case. But that's the thing. That's what you've got to watch out now. If you come up with another idea, is to get it done because somebody will make it. Because people have a theory that if somebody comes up with an idea somewhere on the planet, that idea will come up. Somebody else will come up with it at exactly the same time because there's so many of us. That's why we get that weird thing where, you know, when Bugs Life came out, there was also Ants came out the same, but both of them said, we just made films about ants, but both of them were about ants, so it's so weird, and that happens over and over again, like 2 films coming out that are really similar, but they haven't copied each other because they've been doing it at the same time. Yeah. But it's a weird theory that if you come up with something, quickly make it because there's already somebody else out there doing it.
I mean, I can't just go out and think, oh right, I'm going to make a movie.
Of course.
But then always, like, rich people can, do you know what I mean? They can just be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to go.
Well, they started somewhere. Next time you come up with a film idea, is have it written and then just post it places.
Yeah. I came up with like a TV idea and I was thinking I could see it on Tumblr. Like I could see people shipping my characters.
Yeah, that's what I do. And I'm the weird thing is that even I don't think many people who write for TV do this, but I try to write for TV knowing that Tumblr exists now. So I want to create characters that can be shipped and for fandoms to have something to celebrate and stuff. So it's kind of it's interesting coming from that side and trying to create for an audience.
Because then, you know, like, you're going to be making characters that people care about.
Yeah, exactly. And I know that that's out there and stuff. So it's weird, but it's good.
I saw the video of like Alfie and Marcus were just walking around Brighton, and there was like these girls crying, and I was like, oh my god,
really?
That's like insane.
Yeah, it is. And I think a lot of the girls, because of the way the YouTubers talk to people and, you know, they get them involved, it is like meeting somebody that you know in a weird way.
It is weird, yeah. So as I say, I'm like quite new to it, so like I've been like, I didn't realise, so like when I've been watching just these videos and like, it's just so strange, I was just like, I just didn't realise that they was actually famous, like, it's like crazy.
It's kind of like just a new breed of famous, isn't it? So it's hard to kind of understand it fully because it is like a brand new, a whole new different type of fame. Because it's not really famous, is it? It's not like glitzy. It's more being like a secret cult leader, I think.
Yeah.
So it's weird.
Except you're not like killing people like Charles Manson or anything.
Yeah, you might get to that eventually.
Yeah, I mean, you could.
Yeah.
I think if you posted the video and you were like, oh, does everyone want to gang up?
I'm sometimes scared about like the idea of what could I actually get away with.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's been all kinds of incidents where there've been YouTube gatherings and people have been hurt and stuff because there's too many people. I could start like the biggest global gang ever. Although it will be made of like young girls, so I don't know if that's the best thing I should do.
Yeah.
I think I'll stick to comedy for a while, see how that goes.
Yeah, with young girls, it might just be like loads of hair pulling like gang and
yeah, but in a big numbers, that could take over armies.
Yeah, I was on Tumblr and just because you all played Twisted together, everyone was like proper taking that into.
Yeah, well, of course, sometimes we're very aware of that kind of reaction, so we'll do videos with us all together because we know that that's what kind of people want. So every once in a while, you've got to do something.
Yeah, I think it's funny to like play up to it.
Yeah.
Because when I was watching it, I was thinking, oh my god, like all the fangirls are gonna like definitely.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of obvious that it was gonna happen.
Of course. Yeah.
On Tumblr anyway, because everyone is.
It's all about Tumblr. That's where all the fandom is, I think.
Like I go on there, and I feel like I'm quite normal on Tumblr. Like I'm a normal, but then I also enjoy looking at everyone's crazy stuff.
Yeah, I think that's how it starts. You start looking and just enjoying it, and then you become part of it. Tumblr is very addictive, I think.
I think I go through different stages with Tumblr because ages ago I used to like Glee, so I was like on the whole Glee.
Yeah, if you're a fan of anything, it's definitely where people go, I think, now.
Yeah.
If you watch a brand new show that you really like, I think the first thing people do is now put it into Tumblr to see, you know, other people and kind of share the experience.
Yeah, and then no one thinks you're sad on there because you can just like be like really distraught over like a character dying and like no one will laugh. Exactly,
yeah. So that's where people can kind of express their feelings.
Yeah.
Fully, definitely. It's awesome.
Funny though.
Yeah, and the thing is, it sends it all back to me as well. It's made me have more subscribers and stuff because other people are following, you know, Dan's fandom, but then will be introduced to me. So it's even though YouTube gets me noticed, I think Tumblr gets me more people, I guess. Because YouTube, you can't really find something on YouTube unless you put it in a way.
Yeah.
So Tumblr really helps me get found.
Tumblr is where you can get your cult together.
That's where the power would be. If I decided to take over the world, it'd be a Tumblr post, I think.
Yeah, you've got to go and put it in all the people's ask box.
That's right, yeah.
And then they'll be like, oh, it's a message from Chris, and then they'll just instantly join the cult. What'd you say?
I was reading the question, yeah. I don't know, I haven't seen it.
But then at least if you read them, you get like a really good answer.
Well, yeah, that's what I try not to do though, because I'm not good at that.
Yeah.
I'm better at just coming up with stuff straight away. If I try to come up with stuff, it ends up bad.
Mm.
That's why a lot of my videos have to be kind of made up that day. There's been sometimes when I've like written a bit of script and then I'll say I'll film it tomorrow and then I just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Because it feels really old and stuffy.
Yeah.
So my thing is kind of just to capture it as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And then worry if it's crap later.
It's like when you come up with an idea, it always seems so good at the time, doesn't it?
Exactly.
And then you can't make it good.
But that's why YouTube's good for that. If you come up with something instantly in the shower, dry off and then do it quickly.
Yeah.
As opposed to having to write it and then draft it and then do it 3 years later. So it's very immediate. That's why YouTube's really good, creating it.
What do you do with all your free time?
Well, I'm trying to focus on getting more writing done, more videos made. But most of the time it's nothing. So I kind of have to, even though I don't have a job, try and make a fake job of still getting up at certain times and going to bed early and having a day of doing stuff.
Yeah.
So kind of, even though people who don't have jobs, you still need a kind of routine.
Yeah.
So it's weird, but it's something you have to slowly kind of build up.
Yeah. I think it's hard, like, because being in uni, I have quite a lot of days off, and then like I go to uni and that's like a bit of routine. But then on the days off, I'm like, what can I do? You know, like if I haven't got uni work, like if it's just the start of the term, I just do not know what the hell to do.
Yeah, after uni, I was left a bit like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's you definitely do need some kind of thing.
I've got a Cineworld card, so I just go and sit in there all day.
Yeah, that's what I've got. I've got the new one that came out. The black one. I don't know.
Is there anything you just want to...
Yeah, I mean, like, it's like, what do you, what's it like just seeing, because you've interviewed, like, and you're going to interview someone else as well, like, and it must be, you know, what does it feel like with the fact like these people are getting quite big and popular now, but we're all just kids. Most of us are just from uni and stuff. Like none of us are trying to do these crazy things, but now it must seem a bit like weird because this is just a conversation between just two very normal people. Like it must be different, like interviewing Hugh Grant or Johnny Depp or something because they've got like this thing. But I'm just, it's like what I said. I just go to Cineworld and go on Tumblr all day. Like there's not, I don't do anything like that. So is it weird interviewing like that? Because I just.
Oh well, you were asking me a question now.
I know, yeah. Turn this around.
It's turned into like another.
What are you doing here?
And interview. Yeah, it is a bit weird. I mean, I just think it's weird mainly just because, as I say, I have been watching things, so like, I do kind of feel like I know you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the best thing.
Like, I mean, you like don't know me. Do you know what I mean? Like at all, but.
Yeah, no, totally. It's like a one way. It's like everybody can see me on YouTube, but all I can see is the lens. I just see a black hole. So it's so weird.
Yeah.
It is weird, but I get that when I meet other YouTubers. There's been times when I meet another YouTuber like Phil or Dan or anyone like that, and we'll be hanging out and we'll be having a laugh like normal, but then I'll realise like halfway through meeting them that I've never met them before. Like I haven't actually met that person, but I didn't know that. Like you just see them and then it's just like, oh, you know how to act with them because you've talked to them all the time on the internet.
Yeah.
So it's weird how you realise you haven't seen them. So there's lots of people I haven't met on YouTube that I kind of, it feels like I have. Like there's a lot. Obviously, I haven't been to America yet, so I haven't met my friends that I know from the American like vlogging.
Yeah.
But I know that if I did, there's no introductions. There's no kind of, I would have to, you know when people are shy when they first meet and then you kind of get into it. I just know instantly that exactly who they are. So that's so weird. And it's the best way to meet people is meet people on YouTube first because then you get their full personality and who they truly are. So then you know that straight away. It's so good.